So, right, I'm not going to keep waiting for people to come and join. You'll have to watch it when I finished it. Right, tonight I'm going to tell you the true story, and I mean the true story, about a book that I picked up around about 2013 when I was in my temp accommodation. I know I've spoken about it before on a different stream, but this is going to be about the book itself. I was in a temp accommodation at Hall Place, and I was getting a little bit bored being there. I think it's just after I had my plaster taken off by myself. Well, I had a broken leg. Made an excuse up with the doctors. I kind of got drunk, and my cousins and nephews stripped the plaster off. When I didn't, I took it off myself because like that plaster in Paris was like killing me, you know. Oh, but anyway, I managed to find a part-time job when I was in Hall Place. There's a one of those jobs which was voluntary. But I'm going to close off the what's names. So I actually went and volunteered in a charity shop, not the one I've just been working in, but a different one. Just across the road, actually, from the one I used to work in. And I can't remember the name. I think it might have been Hospice one. I'm not 100% sure, but I went in there and asked if they needed any help. And they said, yeah, you know, we could do some help. When can you start? And I said, well, I can start today. She goes, well, could you start Monday? I said, yeah, I can start Monday. So I started on a Monday. And the first thing I had to do in the charity shop was clean this great big front window, because it had decoration stuff on there, and they needed it cleaned off. And because I used to wear window cleaner when I was a young lad, I knew exactly what I needed to do to get the window clean. So I cleaned the window. I tied out some books and DVDs, hung up some clothes, and then the woman goes to me, oh, there's a load of books outside that needs to be sorted out. Can you go through the books? I said, yeah, sure. Well, anyway, I was going through the books, and I come across one particular book, which I've got right here. I managed to find it, and I'll show you in a minute. And because I was into the paranormal at the time anyway, I thought, I've got to get this book. But as soon as I picked the book up, boom, my health issues kind of like deteriorated. Now, before I even picked the book up, I was perfectly, you know, healthy. You know, I was A-okay. Nothing wrong with me whatsoever. But as soon as I touched this book, I started getting a throbbing headache. I started being sick. I had to run into the bathroom because I had like bad stomach, you know, diarrhea. I was throwing up. You know, 4 or 5 things, something happened to me after I picked this book up. And I'm not lying to you. I don't need to lie to you. If you want to believe it, you believe it. You don't, and that's up to you. This is a true story. And you know, I told the woman I suddenly come over, you know, violently ill. She goes, yeah, you don't look too good. I said, is that okay? I'll go home and come back another time. She goes, yeah, sure. But because I'm into the paranormal, you know, I wanted to get that book. Now, the shop actually at the time was selling anything at £1 each. Okay. So I said, look, there's one book I want to get there. You know, I'll pay you that and I'm going to have to go. She goes, okay, fair enough. The book is called Encyclopedia of Ghosts and Spirits. Being this book, okay. This is the book that I picked up. This is the book that made me violently ill. This is the book that I believe has some kind of like negative spirit attached to it, because I was violently ill for over 2 days. And there's only time that, you know, I was so badly ill, I thought, like, there's something going on here, you know. my mind was telling me there must have been some kind of like possession on this book or something, yeah. So I managed to like build up enough energy to go to the church, which is just up the road. Less than a 5-minute walk. But the way I was like 15-minute walk. I was like, practically crawling up there. And I got into the church and I saw the priest and I said, look, there's any chance you can bless me? Because I feel like I might have some kind of like evil possession attached to me. And he looked at me a bit weird. He said, yeah, sure, of course I can, son. So he actually done a blessing on me. And I also took up a big bottle of water and I asked him to bless the water as well. So I can like do some kind of like cleansing in my home. So he blessed the water and I told him like, I'm into the paranormal. And I actually told him about a certain book I picked up. And I feel like, that may have made me kind of like violently ill. And I think it might have had some kind of possession attached to it. And he said, well, yeah, like, I can believe that in one way because, I do believe that, things can be possessed by some kind of demonic entities. So he gave me like a proper blessing. He blessed the water. As soon as he blessed me, I was feeling not 100% better, but I started feeling, better rather quickly. So after doing that, I got home and I got this book and I got this blessed water and I went, fuck you. I cursed this book, I didn't mind whatever spirits attached to this book to leave right now in the name of God. And I was doing the Lord's Prayer. I found another prayer online which I was doing. I was putting a crucifix on there. I was throwing holy water all over the place. And I was even like drinking holy water, protect myself. And because of those 2 days where I've been violently ill, the whole room felt really dark and like depressive, and you could feel that heaviness. But as soon as I started doing like this blessing on this book and demanding whatever may be attached to it, my whole room suddenly lit up. So I believe that this book had some kind of like possession attached to it, curse, an evil entity attached to it. Might even been a positive entity, trying to, in one way, affect me to try to communicate with me. I don't know, but I've had this book now since 2013, and it's been perfectly okay. I'm not Dr. Andy yet, but it seems like an interesting book because it's got a lot of details on ghosts and spirits. It's by John and Spencer. Only cost me £1 to buy. It's mainly like text writing, but it does have a couple of like pictures in there. It tells you about, the haunting at the Enfield Poltergeists. It's got different stories about different places. Got photographs of like faces, which people caught on camera. And I've never really gone through the book, I've never have done. I've had it, but I've never read any of it. I think I probably read like the first couple of pages and then stopped. I've got a couple more photo pages there. Soon got one about Abraham Lincoln. It tells you stories about certain things, haunted objects. Now, this is the one I should have read, actually, haunted objects, because I believe this was haunted. It was, some kind of entity was attached to it somehow. And whatever it was, I do not know. Now, I know that, sometimes you can actually put a curse on objects. Someone might, might have done some ritual on the book. Someone might have owned this book as a paranormal investigator, and it might have been his favourite book, and he died, and his energy was on it. I do not know, but this book, seriously and honestly, I swear on my life, made me violently ill for just over 2 days. It's only because I went to a priest up to the church and got blessed and got blessed water. I practically like threw so much water on it. I'm surprised that the actual covering didn't get damaged. I'm still quite surprised that the book's in still good condition, actually. So I've had it like 3, 4, 5, 6, about 4 years. And it's been thrown around a couple of times. You know, like throwing it on the side and it's falling down the back of the cupboard or down the back of like me metal casing or something like that, you know, and I'm surprised it's still in good condition. But yeah, like this is the book, because someone asked me not long ago, what was the book that made you feel ill? And that is the book. That's the book. The Encyclopedia of Ghosts and Spirits by John and Anne Spencer. Extraordinary accounts of ghostly entities from around the world and throughout history. A dead mother comes back to tell her daughter to hurry home. She is just in time to help deliver her granddaughter and avoid a tragedy. The ghost of a previous occupant of a house disagrees with the new decoration and insists on decorating it where a picture will hang. Faces appear, fade, and reappear on stone floors of a house built on the site of an old cemetery. The ghost of Anne Boleyn, Abraham Lincoln, Keats, Darling Thomas, and Sir Walter Raleigh at large. The dead crew of a crashed aircraft haunt over planes, which have reconditioned, recycled parts from the doomed aircraft, and hundreds of other gripping phenomena. So that aircraft one, I think I've heard about that one. There's a particular aircraft that crashed. And I think there's an old World War II one or something here. And what they'd done was they kept all the parts and they started recycling them on to different aircraft. And all those aircraft started having some kind of weird phenomenon. You know, really crazy kind of shit. So that is the book. That's the book. Okay. I've not had any other kind of stuff that's caused me any kind of like sickness or harm as yet. I wouldn't be surprised if I did come across anything, because you never know what you might pick up at a charity shop. And that's why I bought that one, charity shop. So a lot of my dolls are from charity shops, especially that little clown. He wasn't. Actually, I'm going to get him for a second. No. I've told you many times about the story of this little clown. This is Bobo. Sometimes I call him Chester. Sometimes I call him nothing. I just call him mate. Now, this is a completely different kind of story in one way, because like I was going to go into town, the same town where, you know, the charity walk came from, the same place where I've just been doing charity, but I can't now anymore because of my knee. And I had that problem in the shoulder, but the problem with the shoulder stopped now. But my knee's definitely going to have operated on, I think, soon. But I was going into town one day, and I was on a bus, and something just told me to go across the road, which I had to do anyway, but something told me to go across the road, you know, a bit more quicker. So I got off the bus and I, you know, had to wait for the traffic to go past, and I was just like, I was thinking about going to the bank, but something told me, no, don't go to the bank. It's just like an invisible energy form, you know, force pulling me. And it led me down to one of the other charity shops, because in Mitcham, there's 4 charity shops. And as I got towards the charity shop here, you've got this big window front. And as I got to the window front, my head felt like, you know, it's being pushed that way, you know, being pulled to my right. And as I turned to the right, my head then suddenly went down, you know, like, and I saw him there. Now, I kind of gauged him. I thought, well, I've got to have him. Now, I don't know what made me say that I wanted him, because I don't like clowns that much. But, you know, same time I needed him. So I went in there and I said, how much do you want for the clown? It was quite cheap, actually. He was only £3. And when she told me, I said, yeah, I gave him the money straight away. And I stuck him in the bag and I brought him home. Now, this one here looks after the female spirits. He's in charge of the female spirits. He does have a little helper as well sometimes. But, you know, why I got dragged to him, I've got no idea whatsoever. You know, I really do not know. What is with charity shops? You know, a haunted book that made me violently ill, a clown that wants me to buy him. What next? Really weird. Now, the charity shop I used to work in is actually also haunted. And I know that for a fact because they actually showed me one of the pictures from the charity shop. I didn't actually get invited because I hadn't been there long enough. But they did like a little Christmas do. And they all went back to the charity shop to have like a little like meeting. And I can't remember what person it was, but they started taking photos near this glass cabinet. And as they were taking photos, they caught like this white apparition kind of face coming out of the glass cabinet. And when I saw, no, not a white one, it's a black one, sorry, black one. Black kind of like apparition. And when I saw it, I thought, fucking hell, that's crazy. Now, I don't know if I still got it on my computer. It might be on my photos. Let me just have a check. But there is supposed to be a spirit person now, a male, that usually resides on the top floor, which is normally locked. But it's also been known to go into the middle floor where they keep, you know, a lot of like stuff which they can't put down into the shop, you know, more of a storage area. But it's also been known to be down at the bottom where, you know, the shop is, but at the back where they do the sorting. Now, a couple of times I've had a weird, you know, sensation of being watched, but nothing like, you know, negative. I was actually going to try and do a EVP session there one day, but I couldn't do it because I didn't have the recorder with me for one thing, and two, I haven't been back there for a little while. I don't think I've got it on here. Should be on my Facebook somewhere, but might be under albums. Could be under that one. But I just, you know, like charity shops are really good places to buy, you know, secondhand, you know, objects, you know, clocks, watches, jewelry, clothes, because you just don't know if there's anything attached to them. No, it's not on that photo album. I've got like 20 fucking well, I can't even say it now, photo albums on my Facebook, I think. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. You know, you can actually see this weird image coming out from the actual glass cabinet. As well before then. But I don't know if I can find it actually. I can't remember if that's before or after Kenny's. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Got too many photos. Might have even gone past it. Yeah, I've probably gone past it. But it's just like, you know, the charity shop. It's got like this glass cabinet where they put some of the things that they may think is more valuable, you know, than any other kind of items they got in the shop. And they all just stand around and they call this like black figure, and you can see a face in it. Really interesting. And that's the other charity shop that I used to work in for a little while. Until I started having a problem in my shoulder. Now my shoulder stopped hurting, my bloody knees playing up. But it's crazy on what you can find in there, you know. I've been in there, and like if I feel that there's some kind of energy coming off one of the dolls, they've got like several dolls in there, and I feel like, you know, it's got some kind of weird energy coming from it, I'll probably pick it up and bring it home. But if I don't feel anything from them, then I won't. It doesn't matter if the doll's really nice looking or not. I won't buy it unless I can feel coming off it. In this bunch. I don't think I've got it in here. I did have it on my mobile at one time, but I gone off. No. If I ever find it, I'll show it to you on the live stream again sometime. But, you know, if you ever want a haunted item, you know, it's always well worth going into a charity shop. But, you know, you just don't know what kind of object has some kind of, like, energy attached to it. I've got that mirror, for instance, the one in the living room. I bought that from a second-hand shop. It was furniture, and I bought it home. And, you know, from day one, I started practically getting the spiritual images in there when I took photos of it. And mirrors are pretty good for, like, doorways and portals and stuff like that, you know. And, you know, they're also good for, like, capturing spiritual images as well. And if it ain't like acting as a portal, you can just stand there and take a few photos, some kind of like image coming through on your camera. Some people say it's pixelization. Maybe it is, but, you know, I believe that spirits use pixelization to actually manifest themselves in the mirror for them to be shown and seen. Don't know what's on my throat today. So yeah, I found the book, as I say. I showed you the book. Charity shops I told you about. Crystals. I don't know really. If someone has been delving into the black arts and, you know, the paranormal itself, and they've had crystals, and they want to sell the crystals, sometimes they don't actually cleanse the crystal before they sell it, and sometimes you might get energy, spirit energy, come through one of these crystal kind of things, you know. It's like Simon James, he gave me the crystal. But in this one, and he said he ain't going to give it to me until he cleansed it. I don't know if he cleansed it or not, but that's a pretty big crystal. And he did actually buy another one a bit later. I've got to be careful with this because it's got kind of a crack all the way through it now. Near enough. So crystals can hold different kind of energies. And if you ever want something, you know, where you haven't been able to find anything in a charity shop or a second-hand retail shop where they sell, like, you know, second-hand furniture and stuff like that, the best place to get something possibly haunted is in a haunted house. Now, I would advise you not to steal anything yet. Just saw a shadow go right past me then. You know, stealing stuff from like a charity shop, not a charity shop, stealing stuff from like a haunted location is a bit of a no-no. But you know, if you want that kind of like energy that's attached to something, then you know, maybe ask if you can buy something or borrow it. You know, do some say like you want to do some research on it, and maybe they might allow you to take something. But stealing something, I wouldn't do that, because you don't know what might be attached to that item. You might have something really dark and demonic attached to it. And like, I was watching one of the ghost hunting shows just the other night actually, where this is haunted town out in America, and people have been finding stuff. It's called Haunted Curses or something. Yeah, it's one of the TV shows, and where people have gone out and visited the actual haunted town. I've heard that this is supposed to be cursed, but every time someone found something, they picked it up and took it home. And by doing that, it started giving a lot of crap, you know, a lot of negative stuff were happening to these people. Like, you know, people were dying in car crashes, house fires, you know, people lost their jobs, and other kind of stuff was happening, you know. And a lot of people who took these items from this like ghost town kept sending them back, hoping that it would like stop, but you never did stop. Because once you're cursed by an object, that curse is going to be there with you indefinitely unless someone is able to remove that curse from you. Doesn't matter if you've still got that object or not. You know, if you return it, it doesn't mean that curse is going to break. So when you go to a haunted location, you pick something up, there might be a curse, there might be something evil attached to it, might be something positive attached to it, you never know. But I would never take it, you know, just on the safe side. Not steal it anyway. You know, if you want to probably do like some research, ask the owner of the property if you can borrow it and do some research. Because anything does start happening, you can always return it. It's going to be hard for you to return something that you know is stolen, because you know, fancy stealing like a coin or something from a haunted location when you've had a lot of like negative activity occur in your home, and you go back to that place, knock on the door and say, sorry, I stole this, can I give it back to you? You're not got a right fucking jerk off, in you. So never steal anything from a haunted location. I know people normally do, thinking that, you know, there's nothing really wrong with it, you know, it's just an object, it ain't gonna kind of like be noticed it's gone missing. No, the owner may not know, but the fucking spirits are going to know. I'll tell you that for one thing, yeah. Be wary on what you find and what you take without permission. Now, if it's like, you know, you could be walking around an old derelict house, for instance, yeah, and you might find something, and you don't know if that house is haunted or not, you know, and you pick something up and you think, that's nice. Well, nonetheless, I'll take it home. That's your choice, you know, because you can't ask the owner because no one lives there. No, I'm talking about, you know, other locations, haunted locations where people live there, or you know, they rent it out or do ghost hunting events there. But if you're going out, you come across some haunted like old house in the middle of nowhere, and no one lives there, and you can't find any kind of like details around the land and the property, and you go into the house and you find something, you think, oh, that's nice, I'll take it home. And suddenly you start getting a lot of activity. You know, that's your own fault, really. The only thing I've ever taken out location is that rocking chair, and I've never had anything on that rocking chair. You know, I've got a spirit attached to it, but I've never seen it move. I've not had no negative entities, vibes, you know, movements, nothing like that. And I've done that place a favour, really, by taking it out, because I know for a fact that that house and whatever's going to be in it was going to be like demolished and thrown away. You know, there was stuff in there which was like, practically brand new cooker, washing machines, kettles, and cutlery and stuff like that. It had just been sitting there for like God knows how long. I know there was what in one of the houses, possibly a homeless man, a tramp that mate stayed in there time to time. And I know that there was because when I first went to them houses, I kind of climbed over the gate and I was calling out to see if anyone was answering. No one answered. So the house where I got the rocking chair from, the lights were on during the daytime. So I thought, well, this guy whose property this might be, is still paying probably electrical charges. So I done a favour and turned the lights off. And I didn't realise the rocking chair was there until I went there a second time. But the second time when I went back there, before then, I noticed that the lights had been turned back on again. So I thought, well, someone's got to be there, kind of thing. So I went there during the daytime. I called out. No one answered. So I thought, well, I saw this rocking chair and I thought, well, everything's like smashed up, apart from like the kitchen utilities. So I thought, well, screw it, I'm going to take it. So I took the rocking chair and I turned the lights off again. And I brought the rocking chair home. I've done a session on it. Nothing, apart from getting told that there's a spirit attached to it. And I said, well, do you want me to take this back? And they said, no, keep it, because it's only going to be taken and thrown away and probably burnt anyway. So I decided to keep it. Now, some people would have said, well, you stole that. In one way, yeah, but no, in another way, because I've saved it, I salvaged it, and I salvaged it from being like thrown in a tip and being burnt and destroyed. Because when I went there with Aaron, and we done that session there, we did the other house, and the state of it was fucking diabolical. And when I heard that they were gonna rip their houses down, that's when I got that that window from one of the houses, the one what me and Aaron actually done an investigation on. That stained glass window I got from. So I asked the guys who was pulling the houses down at the time if I could have it, because I did ask if I could have one of the outside lights, and he said, he'd keep it for me, but the guy who said he'd keep it for me wasn't there. I couldn't find them, so I said, well, can I have that stained glass window instead? They said, you're okay. And I gave him a tenner for it. I didn't have to, but I gave him 10 quid for it. And I don't think I've even got anything for that stained glass window, actually, to be honest with you. I've got a few K2 hits on it, and that's it. Rocking chair, couple of K2 hits, and told that there's a female spirit attached to it. But I suppose if you're going to a house, an old house that's been like, derelict, and there's stuff in there which might be, salvageable, then there's no harm in taking the odd few bits, I suppose. I know people will probably class you it's stealing, but come off it. It's only going to be probably thrown away and burnt or like recycled or something. And that's all I did really, was recycle it. Rocking chair. So yeah, I don't think there's no harm in taking stuff from an old house, if it's going to be like renovated or ripped down. Well, if it's going to be renovated, then they probably might still want the stuff. But I knew they was going to rip it down. I saw some people standing outside there one day before they even decided to get the building contractors down to actually strip them and pull them down. And I said, what's happening to these houses? And they said, oh, they're going to like rip them down. And they're going to be building like flats on a big car park. So when I started doing it, I asked for like, let's say for one of these like outside lamp things. but they didn't save it for me, so I got that stained glass window. And I did tell them about the rocking chair, and they said, well, that's all right, you know, it probably would have got burnt anyway. But I don't know what happened to the actual, you know, cookers and washing machine and other appliances, because they were practically brand new. Even the boilers in there were brand new. So whatever happened to that, maybe they salvaged them. I don't know. But it won't be long now until those places are finished. And I'm going to give it a few months until people start moving in. And I'm going to put my little flyers in the little boxes. Oh, shit. I had these made up a few years ago, and I never got to post them. I did have a website, but my website went down because I forgot to pay the actual hosting fees. So they've taken it offline. So I've got to like make a new website later on, probably next year, and link up to my other website. But I did have the Haunted Souls one, and I had like, you know, residential investigations in there, which me, Aaron, and Simon had done. But because I forgot to pay the hosting fee, it got taken down in August. So I've lost everything on that one. But my main website's still up and running, thankfully. So it got paid for £55. But I said to him, I'm sure I paid for that other website. I said, they can't see it in our transactions. I try looking on my PayPal, and I can't even find it. And I'm sure I paid for it. I've got an email saying it's been closed down, so it's been closed down. I suppose you always get stuff given to you, you know, from relatives, you know, uncles, aunts, grandmas, grandpas, where they actually had stuff, and like, you know, you might have some residual energy from them on there. I really don't know what's wrong with my throat tonight. Really dry and croaky. I don't know what to talk about now. Boring, isn't it? I'm hoping to buy the new DVR system within the next week or two. Okay. The one I've got on my GoFundMe, I was hoping to buy the one which was the Sony one, which was a 3-year warranty at £260, but they put the price up to £360, so I'm not going to be able to get that one. So what I'm going to be doing is getting a cheaper one for now, an 8-channel DVR with 4 cameras, because I've got other cameras I can use to make it up to the 8. So I'm already, like, you know, got 8 cameras already knocking around. And what I'm going to do is take 4 of them down and put 4 new ones up, keep 4 of the old ones up, and use those to make it the 8-channel again. And hopefully we'll have a new 8-channel DVR system up and running within the next 2 weeks, and we can get back onto the streams that we used to do, or what I used to do, with live streams of the webcams. Well, not webcams, the DVR CCTV system. The one I did have, it started working for a few minutes the other day because I took it apart and I found that there's a fuse in there. And I took the fuse out and replaced it, and the cameras all came up for about 10 seconds, and suddenly the fuse blew again. Why, I do not know. And I ain't got no more fuses. Something's making those fuses blow. Whatever it is, I do not know. So, you know, it's not worth trying to fix it if it keeps blowing all the time anyway. So that's why I've got to buy the new one. But at least I'll have a spare hard drive anyway. The hard drive starts playing up in a new one at any time. And I'll have extra cameras as well. I did have an old 4-camera DVR system somewhere, but I had problems with that as well. And I think it's all down to like where the back are, where you plug in all the cables. they tend to wear down after a little while. And that's what the problem was, I think, until the other one, the 8-channel one, suddenly like, started playing up on me and won't come back on. And so I found out it was the fuse, but what was causing the fuse to blow. Could be a short somewhere. And I'm not that electrical technician kind of minded to start trying to figure out how to build a, well, not build, but fix the DVR system. So I had the HD CCTV Empower one. Then I had the Inco Sky one. Now, whatever one I'm going to get, I don't know, but it's going to be cheaper. It's going to be like 135, 140 pound, I think it is. 8-channel, terabyte hard drive, 4 cameras. I could get one a little bit more with 8 cameras, but it's like 150. I don't know if the 450. I've got about 120 at the moment. No, actually, I think it's 250. I can't remember. I know there's an 8-channel one with 8 cameras. I think it's about 200, saying that. I can't remember, to be honest with you, but you know, I don't have 200. I've got 120 at the moment. You know, because I've not been out magnet fishing, so like, you know, the travel costs and that's helped me to save up a little bit more money. I used to buy a shitload of drinks all the time when I went out. You know, I spent about 10, 15 quid, and that's actually, you know, like, saved me money for the last couple of weeks. So plus I had the donations I had from a few of you guys on there. But if I get a cheap one, I'll have to get a cheap one and save up for a better one again next year. And if I do get another one next year, and then this one, you know, the cheaper one, it still works, I can use as a backup or use on investigations if I need to do one on the residential at any time. Why is my throat so croaky tonight? I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to do no Ghost Box or anything tonight. I was going to do the Halo Fox, but not my throat's playing around. So I'm going to go and watch the rest of the Fog, the updated version of the Fog, which is on TV at the moment, on Horror Channel. I just wanted to share, you know, the true story, the real story about the book. And now I found it, I can start reading a few stories from it, like oh, it's got so many stories in here. You got ghosts and visions associated with particular places, ghosts of the famous haunted objects, recordings and replays, fighting battles, the wicked and the cruel, ghosts with a message, omens of death, ghosts at time of death, ghosts associated with transport, phantom hitchhikers, time slips, poltergeists. How to Investigate Poltergeists by Maurice Gross. That's the one who done that, Enfield. The Ghost Hunter's Toolbox. Got a load of stuff in there. Yeah, like it's got here like Poltergeist. Part 13. Borley Rectory. A Ghost Reader. The Grenadier Public House. The Lonely Child. Wildeston Castle. Miss Florence Punter. Got in stuff in here with ghostly animals. Borley Recreation, Rectory. Holding Back with Prayers, the Home of Compassion, brickworks of old. The something cat or whatever. Really weird. Maybe the book's making me ill again. Haunted Objects, Flight 401, the Ford Angler. So I might start reading some of those actually at some time. But let's see who's on here before I finish. My photo's gone really croaky tonight. Hi Ian, Charmy, Tinkerbell, Sylvia, Eugene, Pearl, David, Aaron, Rose, Roland, Asti, White Noise, and another place I would not ever take anything from. I'd done an exchange, but I never stole. I'll tell you about that one in a minute. Who else is here? Crimson. Yeah, I've just gotten a bit weird now. Hyde, Yorick. Julie Richards. Hello, welcome. Another place I would not steal from, but I did steal. I exchanged on one of the coffins. Guys, they had these like pebble things. Let's see if I can find some. These like little glass stone things, yeah. And what I'd done, I said to the person who was buried there, I said, look, I'm not here to steal. If I can take a couple, I will leave you some crosses in return. And that's what I did. I left crosses, different types of crosses as well. And I said, it's just like an exchange. I hope you don't mind. I've got one here actually. And I left like different little mini crosses like this. And I stuck them in with their stones. I said, it's just an exchange. I hope you don't mind. You know, not here to steal from you. I don't want you coming back and haunting my ass. And I think they was happy because, like, you know, that to me is like an offering of love, friendship, prayer, compassion. And those stones, it's just like, you know, bits of glass decoration. So that's the only thing I have taken out from the cemetery. And I did respect the spirits. I said, you know, I'm not doing it in disrespect. You know, you got fucking hundreds and thousands of it. You know, you ain't gonna miss a couple. I said, I'm going to exchange them, and that's what I did. I left some crosses in exchange for some of the stones. A few weeks later, I'm walking past his garden, and they got shitloads in their garden. So I thought, fuck, you know, if I'd known that, you know, I would have come down and just asked the neighbour, you know, this person who's got them in the garden, if I could have had a few, you know. But there's these other things I got from someone's garden. These are like little rock things. They're not real crystals. I got these from a garden. Well, they're like little crystal rocks, but they're not proper crystals. It's like chalky kind of crystal. And they're kind of good for you, really, because you can actually make what's the names out of them. Now you've got these out of a garden as well. These are like little interesting stones. Now you make like little costume jewelry out of these, which I was hoping to do at one time, but I kind of like didn't bother. So I've got a shitload of like different stones and crystals, and I've not done nothing with them. Now my throat's feeling a bit better. I don't know. Could be left. Don't know, it might have been. I only went out one once, and that was yesterday. No, not yesterday, day before, to get some dinner. I had a kebab and some chicken wings. Now, today I didn't have no money on me. And there ain't no bank around here, no proper cash machine that works. It's all the little Pakistani shops around here. Well, they've got cash machines, they've never fucking fill the cash machines up. So every time you go out there to get some cash, there ain't no cash in them. And like, you've got to spend like more than £10 to use your credit card. And like, there's nowhere I could have got any cash to go and buy something to eat. So I had to have sheddy wheat for dinner today. Sheddy wheat cereal breakfast for dinner. For dinner. Oh, I've had a couple of ginger nuts as well. So tomorrow I've got to go out shopping. Got to check my bank first. How much money I've got in there? I kind of need to speak to the job centre about that WP1 form. See if I can sell some of my stuff on eBay, because I'm fucking broke, I tell you, man. Fireworks, that's not like, rockets is like, gonna fire off and blow up another part of the world. It's just fireworks out there you can hear right now. And that's kind of pissed me off, firework now, because like, I can't do what I wanted to do. Because like, if I went out to do what I wanted to do, you're going to be all that like fireworks smoking and all that crap, and that's going to even do my throat even more. So I can't even do what I wanted to do. So that's going to be probably in a couple of weeks now. What it's going to do this week going to be done in 2 weeks' time. I suppose that'd be good, because if I've got the new DVR system, then you'll be able to see me outside while I live streaming here. The only thing is the audio. I can't remember what I've done with my audio recorder. Plus the cable what I've got for the audio recorder isn't long enough. Bollocks. The only way I'm going to do it is take my laptop out there and have 2 accounts running, or the same account running twice. But we'll see. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks I'll have a new DVR system up and running. I've got so much mess I need to sort out though before I can put it together. I've got to pull this cabinet out, this metal cabinet thing, pull that out. There's a load of stuff that's fallen down. It's like covering all the cables. I've got to pull the cables out, pull all the old ones out, because I don't think the old cable's going to work on the new cameras, but I'm going to try it at first and see if they do. If they do, then it's going to be less of a job for me to do by setting them up. But I might be able to use some of the old cameras on a new system anyway. Well, I'm going to have to anyway. I don't want to be running a 4-camera system like I did last time. Well, when I first started. And I was also another thing, I was asked about a DVR system. Do you think that a DVR system will bring in more activity? It depends. I only bought my one first, more for security reasons. But as soon as I started seeing, like, a lot more activity with orb activity and shadows and stuff like that, it was only until later I decided to use it as a tool for investigating and, a tool for the paranormal. Then later I upgraded from 4-camera to 8-camera. So, if spirits want to show themselves, they will do. Because if I hadn't have got one, we wouldn't have got practically any of what we've seen on my DVRs over the last. And that black apparition in the living room, the white one in the kitchen, the dolls being moved, the golf ball that got thrown at me, orb activity, partial manifestations, all crazy kind of stuff. So, and because I've not had a DVR up and running for like 6 months now, I think I've missed it, and I'm just hoping that when I get it up and running again, we will start seeing some more stuff again and getting back into that particular paranormal scene, Well, I think, yeah, it is wasting money in one way, but that is just like celebrating fireworks, Guy Fawkes night, isn't it? That's what we celebrate it for, the attempt of blowing up the House of Parliament. Over in America, it's like, 4th of July, Independence Day over there. But here, why should someone celebrate, the blow up a House of the Parliament? It's fucking weird, isn't it, Still. Right, I've got to go. Go make myself a cup of coffee and watch the end of the fog. I did do a little bit tidying up over that way today because my metal cabinet was like, instead of being like that, it was like leaning like that, and it was stopping the door from opening. I had to keep squeezing for the door, so I had to like take everything off, straighten it all up, and stand it up that way again instead of having it facing that way. Because I know for a fact, within the next day or two, that would have just went, and that would have took me even longer to sort it out. But now I've sorted it out, I can get in and out the door. Just so I'd like to get rid of all that stuff over there, but the thing is, it's going to take too much time, if I could fix the dressing table or get a second-hand dressing table, I could put a lot of stuff in the drawers. Remove that. So I was thinking today what I could do in it to, start tying this crap all up. If I got rid of the dressing table and put that over there, then I wouldn't have anywhere to put my stones, my crystals and all that kind of stuff, jewelry making stuff. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Well, one of the Wi-Fi cameras is plugged in but don't work. Like I can't get it tuned in. That just suddenly started like going crazy. I don't know, like bits of wood over there as well, which was like falling down the side, making that metal shelving kind of like lean over. I just like got all that wood, which I was using for like my woodworking little hobby, and I thrown all that in the bag and I just stitched it in the living room from there. That's going to go out in the balcony tomorrow. if I had, no, I've got, I keep saying if I had the time, I've got the time. It's just like being fit enough to do, kind of thing. I'd like to strip all this fucking room out, get everything out, and start fresh in this room, and have like the bed over here on this side of the room, and have my equipment over on that side. The TV on that side, the wardrobe, probably. No, actually, I'll have the wardrobe over here. The bed probably further over that way. So if I had the bed near the window, the cat ain't going to get onto a windowsill. And that means to get on the windowsill, she's going to have to keep jumping on the bed, which I don't want to do. So I'm trying to figure a way where I could probably change the room around a bit in one way, but still have the cat able to get onto the windowsill. Have the wardrobe over here. The bed over that way. The dressing table next to the bed. Maybe the metal shelving next to that bit. So all that off. I don't know. I just can't do it all on my own anyway. It'd take like fucking 3 days to do this, within just 2 people. I'm going to change this like 2-story plus general chat. Wait a minute, let's change this. True Ghost Spot book story. And kill. I don't know why I've been feeling really hungry the last few days. I've not really been. I don't eat breakfast in the morning. I don't really have anything during the daytime. And it's like, I've got a bag of crisps or some, snack bars or something. I don't normally eat till the end of until in the evening around about 9-10 o'clock. And I know that's like supper for some people, but that's my breakfast, dinner, supper kind of thing. And sometimes I've eaten like 4 or 5 times in one day. It's been really weird. And sometimes I just can't stop eating. I think it's down to the stress. That fucking new poxed up fucking video they put up on me. I've left a message in their discussion asking them to remove it, and if they don't, I'm going to open a new police report up on them, like I normally do. So I've got a choice, and I know who it is. I've got a good idea who it is. I'm not going to say the name. So I need to. If I brought that wardrobe over here, thing is, why do I put my TVs and everything? Your dinner's out there. Be quiet. I've done your dinner. Go outside and eat your dinner. See, like, if I had the bed over there, I could probably move the dressing table over a bit and have my computer table over there with my TV on. But where the hell am I going to put my DVR system? So I don't want to be like having the DVR over there and the TV over here. Probably just keep it as it is and just tidy the fucking shit out and try and make a little bit more room. So if I moved over here, the old computer unit's there, cabinet here, and got rid of the printer and moved this little cupboard over that way more, I could probably put my DVR, which is there, right where the window is. But again, it's still just too much for one person to do. Go off the bed. Right. Yeah, but if I put the bed long ways, again, you ain't going to really work out, because how am I going to put, if I put the bed that way, then where am I going to put that cupboard and that cupboard? There ain't nowhere. So, all those boxes have got stuff in, apart from 2, I think. I've still got like the old Atlas aircraft stuff I bought. Well, become a member of. When I found out it's like it cost me 20 quid a fucking month, I stopped it. But I've got aircraft models there. I've got ghost hunting equipment over there. I've got boxes with like art and craft stuff in there. Got Ouija balls up there and down there. You know, I've got stuff on the wardrobe. It's just too much stuff. I know my sister said, well, like, you know, sort out the cupboard in the hallway. There must be boxes there which are empty. Maybe there are, but you know, I don't like throwing boxes away because they can be useful. Like they can be recyclable. You can like use them if you need them. If you're gonna have to move out somewhere, you know, you have to like change accommodation. Now, if I had an attic or a loft, that'd be perfect. So I can put everything in the fucking loft or an attic, but I don't have a loft or an attic. There's like a little cubby hole down in the bottom where the electrics are and everything. Yeah, they do the maintenance, but you're not allowed to put anything down because if they find it down there, they'll like, one, they'll throw it away without you even telling you, and 2, they'll kick you out for sticking stuff down there without having permission. And anyone can get in there and steal your stuff anyway. I've got plastic toy boxes. That's where some of it is over there. I've got those metal boxes with me, a lot of my ghost hunting stuff in there. I had some plastic cases which I used for stuff out in the balcony, and they got like damaged by the weather, and they all fallen apart. And I've got water in and rusted up components and computer parts and stuff like that. Got a couple in the living room which are already filled up. Now, I'd like to have like a shelving unit. The only thing is, though, it'd be covering that unit over there still. That one. The way that shelving unit is there, if I was able to get rid of that dressing table, I could put another kind of unit there and store stuff in there. But the thing is, too much money to get and do. Because where am I going to put my hi-fi system? I've got 2 hi-fis there. I know I don't need 2, but you know, one I got from a boot fair for £5, which works perfectly. Got the CD playing it as well, and the other one's been converted into a ghost box. And I've not been able to use that one for God knows how long. Now, in that cupboard, I started to clear out over there, and because I was looking for things, I kind of like messed it all up, and it's got all fucking like messy again over there. That's why I don't like tidying up so much, because then if I don't tidy up the room to make it like spick and span kind of thing, yeah, And yeah, I know I've had people say, no, you dirty scummy bastard, look at the state of your shithole. Yeah, well, it's my shithole anyway. And that's the reason why I keep it, is because I know where things are. And I start stacking things up and putting them in boxes. There might be a day when I think, oh, hang on, I'll put that in that box. And I'll put that box in the cupboard. And guess what? It's in the bottom box. And I'm going to have to pull out like 20 boxes to get to the box I want to get, you know. Oh, I don't know. This room does need cleaning out, though. I'll tell you that for one thing. So I've even got like 2 big toolboxes here. And then I've got like at least half dozen or so small component boxes for where I, you know, was doing my woodworking stuff, my components for like, you know, my ghost hunting builds and stuff like that. It's just here, there, everywhere, you know. This box is falling down. Oh well, I don't know. You either money fly you over. I'll tell you one thing, yeah, you walk in and you think, fuck this, I'm going back, Steve. See ya. Don't, you'll be gone. You'll be gone within fucking 2 seconds walking through my living and bedroom door. I think I've sort the living room out a bit more again. Like with all the dolls there and everywhere and other bits and pieces behind the rocking chairs and that. Oh yeah, you know, I'm like that. I'll tell you, when I was taken from my home to put in accommodation, yeah, I had a load of stuff in storage. I mean a hell of a lot of storage stuff. And when I got this place, yeah, before I got this place, I couldn't keep everything in storage anymore because I ran out of money. So my sister hired out a van, and all my stuff in storage went into my sister's, Denise's garage, and my sister Sandra's garage because there was that much stuff, you know. And when I got this place, they started bringing it up, but they threw a load of stuff away, which I was really pissed off with, you know, because it's stuff I wanted to keep, stuff that could have been of value and would have been worth some money, you know, like old postal stamps and stuff like that, what I used to buy and sell at one time on eBay. And I had books and boxes of, like, you know, stamps and whatever. Where they all went, I don't know. I had boxes of like cables and electronics. Where they went, I do not know. A lot of stuff went. My mum said we threw it away. I even had fucking boxes of DVDs and CDs that got thrown away as well. The whole stuff I got, I probably got half back, which I put in storage because they threw the other half away. And like, I'm not no, I don't really class myself as a hoarder. No, not like my ex-wife. She used to hoard so much stuff. If you look at my older videos, 2012, right? Okay, I reckon a quarter of what was behind me was mine. All the rest were the kids and my ex-wife stuff. Look at the 2012. No, that living room was full of clutter. Full of clutter. And who was the one who had to get rid of it all when I got evicted? Me. No, a lot of her, she left a lot of her clothes and she thought I was going to keep her clothes. No, that got thrown away. All the toys that the kids had, I kept most of them and I took them down the cemetery and put them in the cemetery, you know, on kids' graves. So I didn't want to see them being like thrown away and getting like, you know, just put in a landfill tip. So a lot of the toys I took down to a cemetery and left them down there on kids' cemeteries, headstones, graves. You know, I have got some like kiddie toys here still, which I put to one side, which I will be doing again, going back to a cemetery and putting some more toys on them. I started off with, which, you know, I will go back to. So I've not been there for about 4 years, and I want to go back there, back to the spirits, and there's some more toys on the kiddies' headstones. I know where they are. The ones I left there have probably all been like picked up and thrown away, or ripped to pieces by animals, or someone might have stolen and put them on another headstone or something. Shame, really. I've got cables all over the floor. No, I only nearly tripped on fucking, like, broke my neck the other night because I tripped on a cable. If my camera doesn't go offline. I know they just need tightening up, actually, but every time I sit down and I put my feet down, I kept getting my foot stuck when I'm trying to, like, shake the cable off, and I'm making them knot it up more. You know, that's why I hate, you know, losing stuff, you know, which you could have, like, kept, and probably, like, you know, it would have added value as well. You know, especially stamps, old stamps I had. And I've got the old gold labels, what we used to use on postal stamps at one time. They've now gone back to the white paper ones. But I've got like a load, I've got thousands of like gold labels, which I could start selling again. But as I say, I don't want to be selling on eBay again just yet. Not until the new year. Then I can fill out a new WP1 form, and then I'm going to be covered. And I can also probably sell some of the crap I find on when I do that magnet fishing, because some people might find it interesting, like the boating tags. They're very, very rare to find. They are. I've seen them going for £80 plus on eBay. And I've got 10 of them, which I found. No, 11, I think. These are the boating tags I found. 1, 2, 3. That's a very rare one, that one. That's 5. Another rare one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one hasn't been cleaned up yet. 11, that's 19, 17, that one. Well, I've got one here. The earliest one I've got is 1900. That's 1928, 1917, 1900. Very old. That's 117 years old. History. That's the reason why I don't sell them, because it's history. 1925, 1909, 1919, 1904, 1910. This one's got 2 dates on it. License 133, 1920. Launched by Laws, 1914. Never seen anyone have any of those, or any of those yet. Not seen any of these on eBay or on any internet site. So very, very rare. And I'm seeing people selling these ones up to like 80 quid each. And these circular ones, also between 60 and £80 each. And no, that ain't me who's selling them. So you want to go and gas the guy up, go and gas him up, because he ain't gonna fucking be me. So you know, I don't really want to sell those if I can help it, but if I had to, then I probably would next year. But I'd keep a couple of them, you know. I think I probably might sell the more rarer ones, you know, like this, the round kind of egg-shaped one, the small one, and the square one, and the 1900 one, because I'm pretty sure I could get, you know, good prices on those. Because I say there's some guy on there selling them for 80 quid on them. There's some other guy selling them for about 40. So I'll probably try to get at least 60 of them, you know, on each of them. Or I might just put it as a bulk lot, you know, and do it for like 300-400 quid or something, you know. But then I'd have to, like, you know, throw that WP1 form out and tell the job centre what I'm doing, and I'll be covered. And I can just say, well, like, you know, I need it because I need to get, like, a house decorated, which does need decorating. Needs a good clean up as well. The carpets needs steam dried. That's going to cost money. The flat needs painting. That's going to cost money. And the old fucking benefit people ain't going to give me no money. So I ain't going to go back to work just yet because of the knee. I've just had the MIR scan. Waiting for the results on that one, and I'll tell you, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to have an operation on that soon. So every time I'm walking up my stairwell, you can hear it crunching really bad. Can't hear it. No, my chair's squeaking too much. If and when I do get to have my operation, I'm going to fucking see if I can have it recorded. That'd be fun, wouldn't it, eh? Excuse me, can I have a nurse recording the operation of my knee being chopped open and like putting a new piece on my kneecap and then having it sewn back up so it's proof that I've had an operation? I don't know why I have to prove shit to people. You know, like when I had Rose on here and Will proving that they've had to have treatment in the hospital because people called liars. Don't know why you have to keep proving yourself to people. Yeah, your dinner's out there. Go and lay down. Go and eat your dinner. Oh well, The Fog's finished. What's the next movie? My Bloody Valentine. What's that about? When a group of friends celebrate Valentine's Day, they discover what the infamous Valentine's Day killer is not quite the myth they had invited. Yeah, they had believed. Yeah, that was boring. Right, fuck it, I'm gonna go. I don't know what to talk about. Yeah, we call it like a car boot fair over here. I like you. The thing is, I couldn't take none of my stuff down to do a car boot. You know, I'd need a car. I'd need a car. Or I'd need couple of tables, and that's what I would need. You know, because like, no, you pay like your £10 entrance fee, and then you put your tables out and you just stick everything on the table, and hopefully you sell more than the actual cost of getting in. I know some guy took a load of stuff down, and he only just about covered the cost of paying for the entrance fee. You know what? Your dinner's out there. You're not getting on my lap. I'm going to go out and make coffee in a minute. Go and play the children's spirits. Just don't run around too much. Say hello. Look. Say hello. Hello. Now shut up. Look, you're molting too much. That's why I don't pick you up. Look all that hair. I found your comb. I'm going to comb you. What does it do with it? Look, I found your comb. I found your brush, Smelly. I'm going to comb you tomorrow. Get off that fucking loose hair of your body. Look, I found your comb. Come here. Come here. Come here. Stop rubbing your face on the door. Stupid cat. Ah, just banged me fucking knee. Shit, hurt. Oh, shit. I don't know why I keep wanting to pick this book up now. Anniversary Ghosts. The Science of Infestating Ghosts. Time Slips. Poltergeist. Interactive Ghosts. Interactive Ghosts. Where's my poltergeist? I wouldn't mind a bit of poltergeist activity as long as it weren't throwing things and smashing things up. I wouldn't mind seeing a cup levitate behind me, or the cloud suddenly levitate, or the lights turn on and off a couple of times, or the wind chimes move, you know. That kind of shit I won't worry about. When you start chucking things at me, then that's when I'm going to start getting a bit concerned. Ghost of the Dying or Crisis Apparitions. Haunted Objects and Phantom Hitchhikers. There's even a part called Frauds in here. Encyclopedia of Ghost Reports. Paul. Kate Anderson. An African Pregnancy Test. Anchor Bilk. Borley Rectory. That Borley Rectory one's a long one. The Cavendish Hotel. A Childhood Companion. The Combermere Ghost. A Cricketer at Home. Embalmed in Tar. Mrs. Freedom and the Ghost of Miss Lyons. The Ghostly Reader. A Friendly Domestic Servant. A Friendly Domestic Servant. I called upon the spirit world and asked for a friendly domestic servant who can help me to sort out this room, but not throw anything out unless I give you permission to. So if there's any domestic servants out there, a nice, warm, welcoming home, but like to do a lot of work, then I invite you here. But you're not allowed to throw anything away without me saying so first, and you're not allowed to throw anything at me. Suddenly, like fucking 500 domestic servant ghosts come flying through the door. Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Fucking hell. Christopher's Big Feet. The Skull of Philippius Broom. Oh, well, there's one here called Mirror Mirror. Mummified Foot. The Grandfather Clock that Hexham Heads. What's this one? Dickie's Skull. I might start reading some of these out on. These are haunted objects. Anthony's oil painting. Dickie's Skull. The Grandfather Clock. Hexham Heads. Mirror Mirror. Mummified Foot. Mythical Woodwork. The Peach Trees. A Pottery Cottage. The Skull of Theomothis Broom or whatever. Looks like there's a lot of good stories in there. I think I might start doing a little read of that book one time. Right, okay, I'm going to go. I need to go to the bathroom, make myself a drink, and watch a bit of TV. I might do a stream tomorrow with the Ghost box, the Halo box. I've actually just got this one reinstalled. I'll show you the one. Hang on. Right. But tomorrow night, at the Ghost box, which I paid for 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago. Never got it working properly. So tomorrow, I'll be giving this a little go. So we're not doing it tonight. So we'll try this one tomorrow, and then Hollow Fox one as well. So it'll be 2 of the Anthony's Ghost boxes. Okay, so I'll catch you tomorrow. If anything happens tonight, then I might put a stream on tonight, but I'm not saying anything's going to happen tonight. That's been happening the last couple of nights anyway. But for those who I know in the group, yeah, don't forget we've got something to do on the 31st offline private. So catch you later, guys.